A woman overlooking the 90% of men over the 10% of men, meaning a woman pursuing only the 10% of men and leaving the 90% behind, the 90 percentile of men behind. Well, I would say yes. Because if that wasn't the case, a lot of women would have been married by now. Okay, but the reason being, women do not want to get married to the men in the 90% bracket. Okay? They want to be with the 10 percentile of men, meaning the high earning, the most handsome men, the good looking, the 6'5", the the millionaire, okay, or the multi-millionaire. Those are not the regular men. Those are, the 10% within the 10 percentile. The higher you go in terms of income bracket, it even becomes narrower. But women are chasing those type of men, and they are overlooking the man who's making 5 figures, okay, for the millionaire, or the man who's making 500K a year, or 300K, or 200 and some change K a year. Those men are within the 10 percentile bracket, and most women floats towards those men and just overlook these one out here. Like, just, they don't even think those men exist. And I would say I understand why women only pursue the 10 percentile of men. It has something to do with their biology. Women are really hypergamous by nature, and within their biology, they are protective, right? So they want to protect their offspring by giving their offspring everything that they want. So women are very judgmental when they come to that, because they're hypergamous. So when they meet a man, they are judging you from the get-go. Like, okay, they're not judging you for the short duration of time that you guys want to have together. They are thinking ahead of time. Even though you, the man, you may not even want to have family with them or marry them. But women do factor that. Like, well, if I were to get pregnant by him, is he able to take care of my child? Who knows? She may or may not even be able to bear a child. But because of her nature, she's saying, well, is he going to take on my offspring? Because women are like that. And we are nurturers, okay? So we're thinking ahead of time. Can he take care of my children? Can I stay at home and take care of my kid while he goes to work for me? Can his income, we factor everything, every little detail you can think of. The safety of the kid. Am I going to live in the good neighborhood? Can he afford the rent in the good neighborhood? So women are factoring everything into play, like this, and that, okay? Especially when they are on the not older, but if they're on their maturity level is very high, maybe 25 going up. That's where these things even come into play. I'm not talking about puppy love. I'm talking about real women, okay, who are above 20, okay? And they want to forge a relationship with a man. Most of them don't pursue the man within the 90 percentile bracket. They go for the 10 percentile. That's what they want, because that's where their safety lies. You cannot judge them for wanting this type of lifestyle. You cannot. I can't even judge them, because I am a woman. And though I believe in building with a man, I believe in doing that when you are young. I don't believe in building with a man when you are no longer young. When you are 25 or 30 going up, there's no room to build. You don't have time on your side. When you are young, college kid or high school, you can build with a man that you meet. It is a high potential for him to make it, for him to be your ideal man. You guys are still learning each other. No one is talking about having kids. No one's talking about moving to this or that neighborhood. No one's talking about family at that moment. But when you are 23, 25 going up, women think, about all these factors. Their intention is, can he take care of me and my kid? Meaning, if you guys were able to have children. The hypergamous nature of women is really, it's criticized by men, because men do not understand women. Men do not understand women. Same way some women fail to understand why men are attracted to younger women. You need to factor that. Why men are attracted to younger women instead of older women within their age or just a little bit younger. But they go for the young, like the 18 or the 20 or 25, while they're 60. Who are we to judge them? So I don't think any man should judge a woman for wanting to chase men in the 10th percentile. I am not an hypocrite. I also choose, well, not chase, but I'm just saying that, you know what I mean? So when you have, I'm guilty of that, okay? When you are young, build with a man. When you are no longer young, if you want to chase the 10th percentile, I don't think I don't think a man have a right to criticize you. Same way when you men are older and you chase the young woman. No one criticizes you. No one should. I shouldn't, right? And I won't. Side eye. I won't, okay? You shouldn't too criticize we women for wanting to chase men in the 10th percentile. It is our nature. It is in our biology to become hypergamous, or to be, not become, we are hypergamous. You men like to put label on women by calling them gold diggers. Maybe gold digger. I don't call women gold diggers. I say we are hypergamous or gold miners. If you have a mind, let me know. We like to definitely take ownership of your mind, but we don't dig because digging is dirty. We are hypergamous. Oh my God. The man would just rush to the comment sections like, Rose, you said what? Yeah, I am hypergamous. What are you going to do about that? And I support any woman who wants to chase men within that bracket. Okay, but there's nothing wrong with building with a man, though. There's nothing wrong with building with the man. But I want you to know, building with a man doesn't always pay off. Building with a man doesn't always pay off. I want you guys to know that. It doesn't always pay off. We are all taking risk. Every relationship decision you make as a woman, you are taking the biggest risk of your life, because you are more likely to bear children. And the more children a woman have, the more her not sexual market value, but in terms of her value in the dating world decreases. Apparently, there are exceptions. Men out there, men in town, or folks in town call that baggage. But for me, because I'm so proud, I don't think any woman carry baggage just around. Okay, no, there is a man for every woman out there. It doesn't matter how many children you have. Never feel less than just because you have this amount of children. I would just say, take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your look. Okay, looks matters, and you will always be a young woman for a man. Okay, no matter, don't let men say, oh, you are old, you have a baggage, you cannot do this. Do not lower your self-esteem just because you have a lot of kids, or just because you are old. For the reality, don't be naive though. There is certain stigma or stereotype have reality in them. So don't be stupid and think you with the children have a higher value than a woman with no children in the dating market. Because we have to be honest with each other. Okay, I will not sit here and pander anyone. I don't pander to the woman or pander to the man. I don't do that. I'm not here to kiss anyone behind. I'm here to shoot straight. Okay, and sometimes including myself. Okay, so like I was saying, because of that nature of women being hypergamous, the other men are left out. And that's the reality. Every reality has a sad and happy ending, right? The women are happier if they get with the 10th percentile, and the other men that are not chosen, they are unhappy. So goes life. Life is just like that. Do not be mad. Do not hold it against these women, okay? Do not. Everyone have their reasons for doing what they do in life. It doesn't matter if the other gender or the other side of the world think is wrong. There's nothing you can do about it. You cannot compete with biology. It's in the nature of women to be hypergamous because of their biology, because they want to protect their offspring. They don't just want your money just because you have it. No, they are even going to spend that money on their offspring, then they spend it on themselves. They just want a safety net. They want a security blanket. Okay, they just want a security blanket. So you, the 90 percentile that is being overlooked, I would say keep looking, and don't look down on yourself just because these women don't want to be with you. They rather be single if they don't get the 10% of male. Don't be hurt by that. There is a woman for every man out there, but you cannot get every woman though. Same as woman. You women choosing the 10 percentile, I want you guys to know that you may not even get those 10 percentile. You may waste your time until you grow old. So be wise and move with caution and use your brain. Because there's one thing of wanting and getting. Every woman is not cut out to get men who are within the 10%. Don't be stupid. Just because your friend or your classmate is dealing with a billionaire, it doesn't mean you will. You may not. You may die without even seeing a billionaire in your life. Or your friend, your classmate that you deem ugly is with a billionaire. Married to one, married to a billionaire, married to this. Do not be envious of anyone's success. You need to focus on yourself. What is it that you want to achieve? Okay? You need to focus on yourself. And I would say, before you even pursue those 10% of men, make sure that you're doing well for yourself without those 10% of men, because sometimes the 90% of men may have the men of your dream, but you overlooking them. It's not all bad just because they don't make the income that you want, or just because they don't have the appearance that you want. Because for me, I don't want people to go all the way south or west. No, there's always a room. Walk through all these disparities. So therefore, for me, I would say you need to know if you are the type of woman that the 10 percentile might even consider a prize. Hey, this is the reality. You have to be real with yourself. If you're not real with yourself, then you're delusional. Are you the ideal woman that those 10 percentile will go for or not? Or are you the ideal woman that a man in the 90 percentile would definitely like? You need to think which one works for you. I would say either you are the one the 10 percentile prefers or the 90 percentile prefers. I would say know your worth. Know your worth and know where your sexual market value is. It's very important. Sexual market value is a thing not to be underestimated, because it determines societal, not norms, but how society works. How the men in the society works. The men you're trying to pursue in the percentile, what is their mode of operation? You need to know. If you know you are not the type of woman they will pursue, then I would say don't waste your time pursuing that, okay? Look the other side too. It's not all bad. Look the other side. Though we are nurturing and we are hypergamous by nature, for me, there isn't anything better than a woman earning her own money. There's nothing better than that. Because when you earn your own money, you don't need to explain to someone why you need money. When you earn your own money, you don't need to explain yourself just to get the money from a man. You don't need to pretend. You don't need to pretend to love them. You don't need to do all that. Pretending to love a man just because he's a millionaire, billionaire, for me is a sad story. Don't do that. Follow your heart. What is your heart telling you? So you may even live longer if you're with a man that gives you happiness. At the billionaire who's super busy, who doesn't pay attention to you, who is always gone. But the one in the 99% could have given you a life of a dream, a life that would expand your lifespan, sorry. I'm saying this to say it's not all rosy. It's not all greener on the other side. On the other, the grass is not always greener. The life that you hope to have may end up being the most miserable life of your life. Life of your life, right? It could end up. Or it could be the happiest. It's not always bad. Just because he's a 10 percentile man, it doesn't mean he will mistreat you or he won't have your time. It could be the best thing that ever happened to you. But I will say, it's nothing better than a woman earning her own.